This is my updated most confident picks video. This time for UFC 330, Islam Makhachev versus Ian Machado Garry. I gave you guys 5 confident plays this past Wednesday, 2 days ago. I'm switching that to 4. I'm canceling one out. Nope, not doing Jalin Turner anymore. I can't. I thought he had like an 80% chance, 75% chance to win that fight. I thought the stylistically matchup really helped him, right, versus Fernandez. But I did more tape study, did more research. Now I believe it's more of a 50-50 fight. I'm not really sure who's going to win that fight. Fernandez does have some nice leg kicks. Jalin Turner gasses a lot after the first round. He kind of quits on himself after the first round. So if this fight does go a little bit longer, I could see Fernandez really picking up steam and momentum and winning that fight. So I'm not picking it. I have 4 from Wednesday that I'll be recapping for you guys on this video. And I have 3 updated most confident picks, right? I've done 22 most confident picks video. 18 have been profitable. Last week, UFC Vegas 120 was absolute dog shit. Let's be transparent. It was awful. I lost a ton of money. A ton of money. But you know what? Streaks are meant to be broken. And now we're going to start a new streak. So let's have it. I'm trying to get to 2,000 subscribers by the end of August. So hopefully you guys get me there. I'm at 1,800 almost. So please try to get me 200 subscribers by the end of August. That would help me out a lot. And I appreciate it. Let's get it started. My 7 most confident plays for UFC 330. Let's get it going. The first one is obviously Ramiz Brahimaj should smoke Neil Magny. I liked Neil Magny in the beginning, right? On Sunday, my UFC card picks video, I said Neil Magny should win the fight. He had a good strength of schedule. He's lost to Michael Morales. He's lost to Carlos Prates. He's lost to Amasov his last fight. So he has some good strength of schedule, while Ramiz Brahimaj is losing to Punele Soriano. He's losing to other guys. He's beating Mickey Gall. Like, his strength of schedules do not match up with Neil Magny. But then I'm thinking, why am I basing Neil Magny on his losses, right? His losses where he's not even competitive in the fight. Like, he's getting smoked by Prates. He's getting smoked by Morales. He's getting smoked by Amasov. He's not even competing in these fights. He's not even close in these fights. So then I look at his wins. He's beating Aleski dos Santos. His last, he beat Jake Matthews, where Jake Matthews actually won the fight and is a good jiu-jitsu guy. And he's probably a better fighter than Ramiz Brahimaj. And they're kind of comparable in the same too, him and Jake Matthews. But I believe that Jake Matthews won that fight in the first round with that submission. The bell rang or whatever happened. The ref pulled him off of him, right, because the bell rang. Neil Magny was basically out. He had a big adrenaline dump to Jake Matthews, and he ended up losing the fight because he ended up fatiguing himself. But I believe Ramiz Brahimaj, what is he good at? Good wrestler. Good jiu-jitsu. Very strong jiu-jitsu. Neil Magny, very susceptible to front headlock chokes, front leg headlock series, right? The anacondas, the darts, the guillotines. He's susceptible to those. And I think that Ramiz Brahimaj, who's very good, gone against a strong wrestler in Austin Bannerford, right? Mr. Van Zandt, Paige Van Zandt's boyfriend or husband. Neil Magny, I don't think he's that caliber of wrestler. I think Brahimaj should be able to take down Magny here to the ground and really just get to the back or get to the front headlock and really work his game. He's a jiu-jitsu guy. He's a jiu-jitsu champion. I think Ramiz Brahimaj is the better fighter right now. Neil Magny, he's 39 years old. He hasn't been competitive in any of those gatekeeper type of fights. So I think Ramiz Brahimaj should be able to win this fight. Submission. And what I like also, the under 2.5 is -140. So the fight to go the distance is a lot of money. To go to a decision is a lot of money. And Ramiz Brahimaj does not go to decision and win fights. So they believe that if he's going to win this fight, it's going to be inside the distance. And I believe so too. So Ramiz Brahimaj should be able to win this fight. Just win this fight. -140. Let's take that. Next, Lucas Fernando, -285 versus Rafael Tobias. I hate giving out over -250s. I hate it. But we got to bounce back. We got to do our thing, right? I'm not a scammer. I hate doing -250. You guys don't bet. A lot of people don't bet more than like $10, $15 on fights, right? So giving a -285 is kind of unfair because now you're $10 only winning $3, some change. Okay, so that's not really fair. But Lucas Fernando's a lock. He's going to destroy Rafael Tobias. Rafael Tobias is awful. He's 23 years old. Doesn't have the reach advantage. Is smaller. Lucas Fernando, what I like about him, even though he's a debutant in the UFC, right? It's his first fight. He's very, very long and lanky, and he stays on the outside. He uses his natural abilities, right? The flowy kickboxing to his advantage. Rafael Tobias can't kickbox worth a shit. He's awful. One thing he's good at is getting the takedown. But I don't think he can take down Lucas Fernando, who's been in the LFA, who does put pressure on people. So you're going to tell me Lucas Fernando, who fights range, right? Distance management, too much range, too much distance to cover, right? He's going to be pushing Rafael Tobias, who we've seen be on the back foot in his fight versus DR Nurgazai in his debut. We saw Tobias on the back foot. So he's going to be skirting around the octagon side. How hard is it to shoot a double leg or shoot a single leg, right? Get a body lock when you're backing up on the octagon side. It's very frustrating. It's very hard. I can't see him do it. He does not blend his attacks well, right? The striking to the takedown, he does not do it well. He's not GSP at all. He's like the antithesis of GSP. So I think Lucas Fernando here should be able to finish him on the feet. I think the leg kicks and the calf kicks will be a huge factor. Tobias is susceptible. He's very heavy on that lead leg. I think Fernando calf kick, work the body. That's what he's really good at. I wish his jab was a little bit better to really get these guys off of them if they want to come forward. But I think his body shots are good. I think his calf kicks are good. He's a very good fighter. He should be able to smoke Rafael Tobias there. Next fight, back-to-back fights right away. Give me right here. Where is it at? Where's she at? Boom, boom. No. Fight to go the distance? No. Vicente Luque versus Tresean Gore. This fight will not go the distance. You want to know why? I have a pretty good read on this fight right now because I believe that Tresean Gore is going to march forward, right? Muay Thai guy, right? Muay Thai guy goes forward. Hands ready, cocked, ready to go, right? Not really at his face like traditional Muay Thai guys. It's really like right here. And, right, can you see my hands? Like right here, right? And he's ready. Just his hands are just in fist, ready to punch, ready to land some hooks like he's Vanderlei Silva. He lands some tough calf kicks too, right? He has nasty calf kicks as well. He really likes to press forward and go forward. Vicente Luque, whatever we've really seen from him recently, he's not engaging in the strikes, but he is still getting hit, right? We saw it versus Kelvin Gastelum. Even though he beat Kelvin Gastelum and dropped him, he went to straight Muhammad Ali, George Foreman style along the ropes, along the cage, and just putting his hands up high guard, basically just absorbing all these shots against Kelvin Gastelum. And I think Tresean Gore is going to be able to push him to the cage and just have a gunslinging firefight with Vicente Luque, who likes to use that high guard that I mentioned, but isn't really good at it defensively, right? He's not Petr Yan, where he uses the high guard into offense or use the high guard to slip with elusivity and athleticism. He's like, you know what? You hit me, I hit you kind of thing, right? We saw in the Mike Perry fight where he was in a war. We saw him in the Brian Barberena fight where he was in a war. We saw Jeff Neal really exploit this when they fought each other, and Jeff Neal won as a big underdog. I think Vicente Luque is probably cooked right now. I'll never pick him to win a fight ever again in my life. I'm just going to be honest with you because he had his brain bleed. We saw him quit, or not quit, but he saw him get hurt versus Joaquin Buckley in guard. Joaquin Buckley was in Vicente Luque's guard, right? And we saw Vicente Luque just turn after 3 or 4 shots and really just give up in that fight. I think Tresean Gore should be able to finish him. But if not, we've seen Tresean Gore get hurt, get tired, and I've seen Luque really out cardio some of these guys and really use his cardio as a weapon. So I can see a finish here regardless, right? Vicente Luque late, Tresean Gore early. I think Tresean Gore early makes more sense to me. Let's take the inside the distance fight to not go the distance. No, minus 220 right there. Next, let's go with Esteban Ribovics to finish Edson Barbosa. This is a great fight right here. This is a great fight for Esteban Ribovics to have a good statement win, right? Edson Barbosa, even though he's 40 years old and he's withered, right? He's definitely, his MMA age is probably not 40. He's probably like 60 because how many wars he's been in, right? How many fights he's been. He's been 32 UFC fights in his career. He's not the same fighter that he was even 4 or 5 years ago. We saw him versus Jalin Turner, how bad he looked. We really saw it in the Drakkar Klose fight. Excuse me. Drakkar Klose, who sucks. Like, he's awful. Okay, he's like terrible. He ended up even outboxing Edson Barbosa. And the thing with Edson Barbosa that he's doing now more than ever is he's just constantly on the back foot on the cage. And when you're on the back foot on the cage as a kicker, how can you kick going backwards? He's mostly predominantly a kicker. We know how good he is, right? The Terry Adam wheel kick. We know the body shots, the body kicks to Dan Hooker. We know how great of a kicker Edson Barbosa is, right? Wheel kick to Kevin Lee, make him do the chicken dance. Very good. But when you go backwards the entire fight, you're limiting yourself to what? Just your hands. And some people aren't good nails either. Edson Barbosa is not a good nail, right? When he goes backwards, he struggles a lot. We saw it versus Giga Chikadze. We've seen it versus Justin Gaethje where he got popped, which is actually the last time they had a main event or fight night in Philadelphia was Edson Barboza versus Justin Gaethje where he got KO'd. When he goes backwards, he's susceptible. His hands don't guard his face anymore. He gets tired. I think Esteban Ribovics, who's been in wars, right? He's been versus Daniel Zellhuber. He likes to go in face, likes to be in the mug of the opponent, right? Forehead to forehead type of fighter, Mexican style, even though he's Argentinian, I believe. He should be able to really put it on Edson Barboza. Maybe not the first round, maybe not the second round, but definitely the third round. You'll see Edson Barboza really get hurt badly by Esteban Ribovics, trying to go for clinches. He's probably gonna face plant after being so gassed, trying to go for a takedown. I can see Esteban Ribovics just take his back, ground and pound him 4 or 5 times, and then the fight should be over. Esteban Ribovics minus 200 is very safe, I believe, to win inside the distance, to win via finish. He's just the better fighter right now than a 40-year-old Edson Barboza. Let's take Esteban Ribovics to win inside the distance. Next, where's he at? Boom, boom, boom. 4. Okay, here it is. Mackenzie Dern versus Gillian Robertson. I'm taking Mackenzie Dern, the co-main event. I'm taking Mackenzie Dern. And a lot of people like Gillian Robertson, right? They're like, the numbers make sense. Gillian Robertson has a lot of finishes, a lot of submission victories. There's different levels, man. I mean, there's literally different levels of fighter. Mackenzie Dern is a different level of BJJ girl, right? A Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu artist, better grappling than Gillian Robertson. There's levels to this. We saw in the Paddy Pimblett versus Benoit Saint-Denis fight. Some people, right, thought Benoit Saint-Denis has the best chance because he can stay out of guillotines. He can stay out of danger from Paddy Pimblett. And we saw that Paddy Pimblett said, fuck that. I'm the better grappler. And we saw what happened in that fight. Nice Darst Peruvian necktie hybrid kind of thing. Mackenzie Dern is the better fighter than Gillian Robertson. If this fight stays on the feet, she should be able to win it because even though they're both sloppy and they both kind of suck on the feet, she is more damaging. She looks more venomous when she fights, while Gillian Robertson's like a pitter patter, right? She's like a she's a pitter patter. I mean, I don't want to say like old Sean Strickland, right? Where he's just like not even that good. Like she's a pitter patter fighter, right? She's not really gonna try to hurt anybody. Gillian Robertson on the feet. She's trying to set up the striking. She's trying to strike to set up the takedowns. That's what she's really trying to do. I think that Mackenzie Dern, if you really want to look at it, what the UFC is trying to do, they're trying to make Mackenzie Dern into a better thing, right? Like one of the bigger stars into the UFC. If you want to call a spade, why is she fighting the number 5 girl, right? She's fighting Gillian Robertson, who's the number 5 girl, even though she's on a nice win streak, right? So these are the fighters that she could have fought because she probably should have fought, okay? Right? So you could have done the Zhang Weili versus Mackenzie Dern because Zhang Weili was the strawweight champion. She moved up to flyweight, didn't have any success there versus Valentina. She moves back down. She should be fighting Mackenzie Dern because she's the rightful champion. She's been a dominant champion at the division. She could have fought Tatiana Suarez, right? Which I believe is a rematch for Tatiana Suarez 1, who has great wrestling and can neutralize the grappling of Mackenzie Dern. She could have fought Verna Jandiroba. She already fought her, though, so it doesn't make sense. She could have fought Yan Xiaonan, who's ranked number 4 in the UFC rankings. She could have fought her. Yan Xiaonan already beat Mackenzie Dern. They went all the way up to number 5 versus Gillian Robertson for Mackenzie Dern. And why is that? They want Mackenzie Dern to win. They know this is a favorable matchup for her, right? Maybe she shouldn't be a minus 205, minus 250 favorite as she was prior to when this week started, but she's just a better fighter. Mackenzie Dern, if you want to really think about it, the UFC was like, you know what? We kind of want her to win, like Sean O'Malley, right? We wanted Sean O'Malley to get a win as a UFC champion. We gave him Chito Vera. Chito Vera already beat him. But Chito Vera is a punching bag zombie going forward for Sean O'Malley to style and profile on, right? To really show his how good his striking is. Really, it's a showcase performance for Sean O'Malley, which didn't go his way the first time because of the perennial nerve, right? Chito Vera kicked the perennial nerve, which was a freak kind of scenario for Sean O'Malley. Mackenzie Dern right now is in that same spot. We're like, hey, you know what? Let's make Mackenzie Dern a star. Let's have her fight a jiu-jitsu girl, right? But we know she's the better jiu-jitsu practitioner, so she should be able to beat Gillian Robertson. And I agree. She should be able to beat Gillian Robertson. So let's take Mackenzie Dern here to win minus 205. I think I could see her finishing her, honestly, maybe 4th, 5th round. Remember, Gillian Robertson's never been 4 or 5 rounds also. People are forgetting that. She's never been in the 4th or 5th round. She gets a little bit tired. Maybe Mackenzie Dern can be able to finish her. If this is a striking war, Gillian Robertson, we've seen her tire out in striking fights versus JJ Aldrich, versus Tabitha Ricci. We've seen her struggle. So Mackenzie Dern, who does have great cardio, should be able to win this fight, I think, via submission in the 4th or 5th round. Next, Islam Makhachev versus Ian Machado Garry. I'm going to give you Islam Makhachev to win this fight. I don't want to pick a prop. -9.5 might be too much, right? That's 50-45 based on every single judge's scorecard. If it's 49-46, that's 3 points only deficit. You don't want to do that. So I'm going to take him to win money line. Islam Makhachev should be able to beat Ian Machado Garry. A lot of people are talking about Ian Machado Garry's range, right? He's a very rangy fighter. The oblique kicks, right? He's a good boxer, whatever he is. Okay. Bilal Muhammad was able to get in on Ian Garry. And that's Bilal Muhammad. Okay. Bilal Muhammad, we never really rated highly. Again, if you don't watch my channel, I've always talked about it. The welterweight division is going through 2 ways right now, right? 2 ways. It's the JDM, Leon Edwards way, Sean Brady way. That's the way that, like, that's not the great way, right? That's like the weird way to get into the contention of the UFC. Okay. And then there's these other guys where Shavkat, Gary, Protest, where these guys are just straight killers. Okay. So when I see Bilal Muhammad get in on Ian Machado Garry's legs, right, as a much worse competitor than Ian Machado Garry, I think Islam Makhachev should be able to take him down here. He's very good along the cage, right? He has good judo throws. He has great chain wrestling, right? The single leg to the high crotch, to take the back, to the trips. He's very good at it. So I think Islam Makhachev here should be able to use his wrestling, right, to be able to take him down. And also, people are not really talking about is people say Ian Machado Garry is a very fast fighter. He's a very fast fighter for welterweight. But we saw Islam Makhachev make JDM look very, very slow in that fight. So is Ian Machado Garry striking fast enough? I believe he is the better striker still. But is it fast enough where Islam Makhachev is just panicking on the feet? Is it damaging enough where Islam is just panicking on the feet? I don't think so. I think Islam Makhachev should be able to calm down, has rested a heartbeat really, really low. And you know what? I'm just gonna take my time here, take my time. I know the takedown will present itself. I'm gonna try to take him down, and then I think he's gonna win via decision. And again, and that brings me to my point. I'm gonna be taking over 3.5 also in this fight as well. I really think that over 3.5 is an absolute lock. Ian Machado Garry does not finish anybody. He doesn't finish anybody, right? 8 of his last 10 or 9 of his last 11 fights have been gone to decision. There's Neil Magny, decision, versus Shavkat, even though Shavkat is a big finisher, right? Big time finisher, right? Never went to a decision in his life. Went to the decision versus Ian Garry. He knows how to stay safe, Ian Garry, even versus Carlos Prates, who's on a murderer's row, right? Big knockout streak. And even after the Ian Machado Garry fight, still on a knockout streak, we see him not be able to knock out Ian Garry. I think that Ian Garry should be able to stop any attacks, submission grappling by Islam Makhachev. And the thing about Ian Garry, too, people don't want to talk about is even when he gets taken down, he recovers guard very nicely, right back to full guard, and he puts a body triangle on him. He slaps the body triangle. He's like, you know what? You're not passing my guard. We're going to end the round here. He doesn't get up, which is why I like Islam Makhachev even more here, because he doesn't even try to get up from bottom. And when you try to get up from bottom, it presents your back. It presents me going to side control, me going to half guard, me going to mount. That's the thing that I do not like if I'm betting the over 3.5, over 4.5 in this fight. I think that Islam Makhachev should be able to pin him for 4 or 5 rounds and really win this fight. I think he's going to go to the distance. I think he's going to decision anyway. So over 3.5, -225 is a very safe bet in my opinion. So I'll be taking these 7. Hopefully you guys enjoy my content. Like and subscribe. Again, Ramiz Brahimaj, Lucas Fernando, Vicente Luque versus Tresean Gore, no. Esteban Ribovics, -200. Mackenzie Dern, -205. Should be able to beat Gillian Robertson. Islam Makhachev, -360. Over 3.5, -225. Islam Makhachev as well. These are the stuff that I like. Hopefully you guys enjoy my content. Like and subscribe. Again, 2,000 subscribers by the end of August is my goal. Please help me get there. Peace out. Thank you.